coffin, you have no enemies. Sounds familiar? That line is actually from the anime Vinland Saga. So yeah, today you are gonna learn how to play a short 15-second part from the song The Lamb is Slow by Laurindo Almeida. I hope I pronounced it correctly, and also famously known as the I Have No Enemies song. I have broken down the song into three different parts. Just a heads up, the second part is pretty challenging. When I was recording these cover, I failed so many times thanks to the second part. So be prepared to give it extra attention. Alright, let's dive right in. Let's look at the first part. Just a reminder, right hand, P-I-M-A. Now look at the very first bar. Use your index to press 7th fret of the 3rd string, pluck it, then slide to the 8th fret. But this time you don't have to pluck it. The sliding motion gives you the 8th fret sound already. So you don't have to pluck it anymore. After this, use your middle finger to press the 8th fret of 2nd string, pluck, 10th fret of the 1st string, pluck. After this, slide your pinky to the 8th fret, pluck, and this is the first bar. 7, slide, 8, 10, 8. Keep in mind, the first note doesn't start from the first count of the first bar. Okay? There's a lot of first. Instead of 1 and 2 and 3, it is actually 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is the first bar. Now let's move on to the second bar. Your pinky is on the 8th fret. I want you to slide this pinky to 7th fret, and you have to bar the 5th fret bottom 4 strings at the same time. This is the ending of the first bar. From 8th fret, slide your pinky to 7th, including bar on the 5th fret, and play 4 strings together using your P-I-M-A. Start from the first bar, and 3 and 4 and 1. Now this is your left hand position. Play 4 strings together, then 4th string, 3rd string, 1st, 2nd, 3rd together, followed by 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. This is second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's play the first 2 bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now move on to third bar. Release your bar chord. Move your index finger from 5th fret to 4th fret. Pluck. After this, you will see a 5 on the 1st string. I want you to use pinky to press the 5th fret of the 1st string. Pluck. Then slide to 10th fret. Slide again to 7th fret. There's a lot of sliding going on. Let's look at third bar again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try from the first bar to the third bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is the first part of the song. Now, let's move on to the second arpeggio part, which is the challenging part. Before I dive into that, there are one thing I want to talk about, which is the counting. This part is very fast. The counting is no longer 1 and 2 and, but 1E and 2E and 3 and 4E and so it's gonna be something like 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and so the original speed is somewhere 105. So it's gonna be, it doesn't sound very fast, right? But watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and it's not slow, right? So I want you to practice slowly if you are not familiar with this part. Okay, let's start. You have your pinky on the 7th fret of the first string from previous bar. Now we add a bar chord on the 5th fret, bottom 4 strings. 1, E, and A, which is P-I-M-A. Now we have this shape, right? Our bar chord and pinky. Slide this shape to 3rd fret. Your middle finger on 4th fret, 4th string, ring on 4th fret, 3rd string. 3E and A, 4E and A. Again, hold this shape and slide to 1st fret. 1E and A, 2E and A. See? We did not change the shape. Then release these 3 fingers. Move your bar chord down a string. Press the 2nd fret of the 1st string using your middle finger. 3E and A, 4E and. So the whole second part sounds like this. 1E and A, 2E and A, 3E and A, 4E and A, 1E and A, 2E and A, 3E and A, 4 and. Okay? Try to count the second part using 1E and A and practice slowly. Once you're familiar, then only you speed it up. Now let's move on to the third part. We stopped at the very last arpeggio position, which is on the 1st fret, right? Which means we haven't played the very last note of the bar 5. Now I want you to release your middle and index, but press the 1st fret of the 3rd string. From this position, let go of your middle, release your bar chord, but press the 1st fret of 3rd string, slide all the way to 9th fret. After this, followed by a 12th fret of the 1st string. This is the very first note of bar 6. Again, the last arpeggial position, 3E and A, 4E and, let go, release, slide to 9th fret, 1. So if you combine them together very slowly, 3E and A, 4E and 1. After this, we are gonna move our hand position from this area to somewhere around here so that you can place your ring finger on 7th fret of the 4th string. Pluck it, 2nd open string, 1st open string, 5th fret of the 1st string, 6, 7, 8. Then slide this pinky to 10th fret. So it's gonna sound like this. 7, open, open, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. If we start again from the last position of the arpeggio part. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. That's it, the third part. Once you've got the parts down, try combining them. You might think that, 15 seconds seems a little too short, right? Can I make it longer? The answer is yes. Once you finish the third part, you can always go back to the first part and repeat. But do not forget to remove the very first bar from the first part. For example, let's start from bar 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then go back to first part, but I want you to start from second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Let's try again from the third part back to the first part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 after these, you can either choose to continue with the second part or you can repeat the first part again, which means you can play the second bar again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 then only you continue with the second part. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now you make it a little bit longer. Then go back to first part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then only you continue with the second part. And for the second part, you can play it differently as well. So you can play 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a and repeat 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. After this, go back to the first part again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and of course you have to remove the first bar. I learned this from the song Ararian Dance by Nujabes, which sampled The Lamp is Slow as well. Feel free to experiment and extend it. I've posted a slightly longer version on my channel if you want to check that out. And that's it. You and I have no enemies right now. This song does require a little bit of practice to perfect it because of the second part. But compared to Duvet by Boa, I think this is slightly easier if you're not playing at the original speed. Again, I do have follow along tab videos on my channel, so once you finish learning, head over to the videos and play along with the tabs. If you enjoy this tutorial, please like, comment and subscribe for more tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye.